Welcome everybody to 48 Talk episode number 49. I am your host, Rage Bali, as always. Joining me this time is DXTakamina on the right, Derek on the bottom left, and GinoZX on the bottom right. What's up, everybody?
Yo, what's
Morning,
up?
top of the morning.
Top,
Yeah,
top
just
of the morning, actually, yeah.
yeah, just chilling. By the way, just chilling.
Well,
Enjoying my life.
since it's the 49th episode, how about we talk about the 49th single Senbatsu, or just the preliminaries that happened this week?
It
Ooh,
happened, yeah.
that was a good seg, Robin. You're
Yeah.
so good at that.
Could have been better.
Nice.
Well, we do have a lot to talk about since this is
Mm.
one of the biggest events of the year. Of course, we talk about it all year, and well, this is the first step. Day one sales came up. Well, technically
Yeah.
it was day two sales since
Well, yeah.
CDs released one day earlier.
Yep.
Does anyone
Yeah,
know
but
the
that
numbers?
seems to be the trend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but does
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
know the first sale numbers?
Wasn't it like 2 million something?
45 million CDs have been sold, and that's also including the ones that have been sent overseas and stuff like that. So that's everything. That's
Oh
a
wow.
lot. So
The all-time record for AKB actually. Yeah.
yeah. Well, when we talked about it, it was surprising how many votes there were already. But yeah,
Yeah.
sales numbers like this, they have actually doubled their sales since last year, from day one only.
Yeah.
So this will be a very, very interesting Sousenkyo. But let's
Well,
go ahead.
We always were saying this is going to be quite of a war, but never expected these results though. But
Mm.
yeah, we'll get into it.
So,
All right,
We'll get into
it.
we are going down the list. I'm not gonna name everything. You can check the list for yourself online. What is fun though, we're just gonna mention a few names that are popping up that feels like different places, weird places. So here we go. First up is from number 100 till number 81. Does anyone want to name a few that are like, oh, that's surprising, or
Well,
never
one
expected
of
that?
one of them sticks out like a sore thumb, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
That's Kita Rie.
Yep,
Yeah.
I was just
Yep.
gonna say, man, what's going on there?
Yeah, she said it as well when she was
Yeah.
announced. She's like, "Oh, yabai. I think I need to. Well, we need to
Step up
fix
a bit.
this."
Yeah, but I guess she's a bit of a slow starter, I guess. Because
Yeah.
I'm seeing lots of names I didn't expect there, like Nakai Rika. I didn't expect her to rank this low, but she might be a slow starter. Same goes for Sakaguchi Nagisa and Shibuya Nagisa. Both are slow starters as well. And Moriyasu Madoka, she will rise as well. But I think this is just members starting out slow, I would say.
Nakai, go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go
No, I
ahead.
was just gonna say Kawatan. That's
Yeah.
the one that sticks out big for me. She's right behind, or right above, Ryutan Mama. Kawatan, I was expecting a much stronger reaction because her fans are pretty crazy. So it was weird to see her at 91 when the last time she was in Senbatsu, or last time she was in the
Yeah.
election, she was in Senbatsu. So interesting, very interesting.
And Nakai Rika was very, very frustrated with
Sure.
these ranks. She didn't
Yeah.
believe it. She was like, "Oh, I think." Well, to be fair, she had a stellar year, and you can notice she's still inexperienced with Sousenkyo. This is her second Sousenkyo, of course.
Mhm.
So she feels like she already lost, but you never know what would happen. They won.
Yeah.
They won.
They
is-
want
is-
is so unpredictable as heck. So,
it's still a separate entity. It's still fun to see, but you'll never know. It can change like a
No.
heartbeat, especially for international fans. We are still waiting.
yeah, exactly.
Most of us are still waiting for the CDs to show up, and then we can vote on our own members. We'll like. I like
Yeah.
seeing Tanaka Natsumi there.
Yeah.
hmm
I hope she
Same.
rises as well.
Too.
As for me, as Tanaka Yuka as well, she's been doing great.
Has she? Yeah.
Tanaka Yuka, yeah, she has a lot of graveyard shoots, and she's doing
Mm.
great in my opinion. And I'm good. It's good to see her rank at first in the top 100, in the 80 to 100 ranking. She might be able to rank in, but I'm not too sure though. Yeah,
I would say too, like Tashima Miru. I guarantee you, her 82nd spot is probably, in my opinion, from the fact she gives such kami handshakes. She is so, when I met her, she is easily one of my favorite handshake experiences. Super friendly, very curious about you. Just a good HKT member overall, and definitely one of the smartest HKT members too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then I like that Joe Eriko is also there, because her story has been a very curious story in AKB, with her, leaving, then coming back, and NMB's, golden ace, kind of falling from grace, and now she's just doing good. And she beat out Nakai Rika. It's like, Joe Eriko, you don't hear much about, and she beat out Nakai Rika, huh? So but like you guys said, anything can happen. So we'll see if it holds.
All right. Let's go to the next part. So that's Future Girls, I believe.
Upcoming girls.
Oh, this is upcoming girls. Okay, so that's 80 till 64.
Yeah.
I like seeing Ueki now there.
Oh yeah.
It's always one of my favorites. But she'll get higher as well. Surprising to me is Obamina. That's pretty low.
But maybe a case of slow starter, because she has a lot of overseas fans, as far as I know, and most of them are still waiting for their CDs. So I think she'll rise. And
I was gonna say Murashige getting in there is really awesome. I hope it holds.
Yeah.
I don't know if it will. I think she's gonna get squeezed out, but I really hope it does. It's nice to see, her do good in any situation. I think Minoru, honestly, I kind of actually anticipated this. Everybody's like, she's gonna make Senbatsu, or she's gonna be real low. She'll probably make Undergirls, but I have a feeling like this wasn't her year. I don't know why I'm saying that. I just get that feeling about her. And then what was really surprising me was Katarina, like Renachi, and Kitagawa Ryoha, but I'm gonna say, at least in Renachi's case, slow starter.
Yeah.
She's gonna rise huge in the next couple weeks. I guarantee it.
I'm happy to see Hirotashi Yui for the first time ranking it.
Awesome,
Yeah.
good for her. But she's had high profile in AKB NO, so it's like, it's like every other episode, or even this last week's recent episode, at least the subbed one, she kind of had a bit of a profile. So I mean, we can expect to see more of her, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah, in the meantime, speaking of Katarina, one of our friends is currently in Japan, of course, and he just visited her. He's now sitting up, looking up. He's now currently looking where Renachi is, and he's sitting beside her. That guy's crazy.
We miss you, Yayo.
Other than that, the list seems fair with most of the names. It's interesting. Some of them will drop out, I believe, and some of them will rise higher. Anyone else for the list?
Let's take a look. See one last look. Aramaki Misaki. Happy to see her.
Nakano Ikumi is gonna rise. I think Ikumi, she's not gonna stay at 66. I have a feeling she's gonna push. And I would say Multimura Aoi would too also.
Yeah,
and
she will rise.
Yeah, Akiyoshi, I don't think it's gonna stay at 74. She's gotten a lot of bump. She's just a good overall member. It'd be sad to see her at 74. I think she can do a lot better in the Sousenkyo. Like, I put her in around 40 or 50, like that general space. But I'm hoping she'll get it.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, she was 72 last year, Akiyoshi Yuka.
Right.
I think she will rise if the fan base has grown. So I think she will rise.
Yeah, she will.
All right, then next up is that's Next Girls, right? Or Future Girls? No, that's Future Girls.
Future.
So that's number 63 till number 48. I would say the biggest one that really, really, really surprised me is Muto Ori.
Yeah.
That's 60 again is strong, and of course she's the sister of Muto Tomu.
That helps as well, yeah.
I would say it would be not totally surprising, but it's surprising ranked this high. So just say how many devoted fans are there for the Muto family.
Well, I mean, think about it. They don't have Tomu to vote for, so why not vote for her sister? I mean, it's kind of, they share the same genetic code. So I mean, why not? Okay, well, I have a lot to say about this, so let me go last. If anyone else has something to say, you say it, because I have a lot to say about this group.
Yeah, exactly. No, for me, it's kind of sad. I kind of said that Komiyame Haruka is at 55, but I guess I hope she's a slow starter, so because I actually have her in my Senbatsu prediction. So He's
here.
nice.
She looked
Same
fine
here.
actually. She was thankful, and she's like, "Oh, it's a good start." She found this was a good start, so that's good to hear that she knows how to handle the Sousenkyo this time.
Okay.
Yeah, Takeani Akane, that's a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She's dropping every year, so I hope she makes it still. But I think it's gonna be undergirls for her if it looks like this. Well, Derek will save number 54 for you.
Thank you.
And center
No,
for
no
that
one.
is Yabuki Nako. That's
Yeah,
fine.
maybe she's a slow starter because I thought she would open in the 30 range and not in the 40 range, but I just hope she's a slow starter. So, and for the rest, Tomonaga Miyu is actually pretty low as well. Let's take a look. Yeah, she was in the borderline Senbatsu Tomonaga Miyu, so maybe another case of slow starter. I don't know, man. So yeah.
It's weird. It's like you can tell definitely what type of groups or the fans who are voting in the period. So I think yeah, HKT is a slow starting group.
Yeah, HKT, I think historically has done fairly well every Sousenkyo. I mean, they have
Yeah.
members scattered throughout every group of girls. So
Yeah.
I actually think this is pretty evident of where they're going to rank all their members in terms of, when the actual Sousenkyo votes are all counted. But I'll say this, okay? Like, first of all, like Churi coming in at 56. Actually, that doesn't surprise me. I have her in my prediction list for Senbatsu, but I also kind of think like she's not gonna make it. Like I don't know. Like the only thing she has going for her at this point, in my opinion, other than she's awesome and she for me had the best video for just what she did with the Senkyo
Yeah.
video was awesome. But I think she's just older, and this could be very well her last Sousenkyo. She hasn't said that, I don't think, as much, or if she has, I hadn't heard it. But
But the
I
signs
think
are
we're all-
there, yeah.
we're getting the
signs are there.
signs.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see the Churi fans push her, but I just think she's not going to do that great. Komiharu, slow starter. I mean, let's be honest, DX. This girl, she's Senbatsu.
Yeah.
If she's not Senbatsu, I don't even think she has to worry. She's gonna be in every frickin' single because she's one of those girls now that is like almost getting to the untouchable, like where she's in everything. So her not being in Senbatsu, like even if she doesn't make it here, the Sousenkyo, we're gonna see her all next year. So I think she knows that too. I would say, it was nice to see that Tanaka Miku, my favorite of the Yakuniku, their duo. Sorry, I had to say it. That's how I call them. I like that she beat Yabuki Nako because I'm not the biggest Nako fan. Although, no offense to any of her fans, she's great. But I like Tanaka Miku better. But Tomonaga Miyu, that was interesting. I have a feeling her fans may not push her like we want, but I want her to be in Senbatsu. So her and Komiharu, I think, are similar in this sense, and maybe even Churi, I'd add that they're both slow starters in this. But let's be honest, this is all about Tani Marika. Okay, it's all about.
Here we go.
There we
Number
go.
54. She went up, so that's good. I'm not complaining. But one freaking spot. What the heck? Why did I buy so many CDs and vote for her? Like seriously, when I saw that, I had to go get more and buy more, and I'm here, so I figured in Japan, I figured I could get those votes in. But honestly, that's disappointing for me. I hope Tani's super fans can really push her, and this is just an open call to anybody out there who might have millions of dollars and watch our show or an oil chic. Please vote for Tani because she really deserves to be in Senbatsu. I mean, if the number one girl in Senbatsu can get it, why can't Tani? That's all I'm saying. Okay, if the girl that got number one got it this time, let's let Tani get it this time too. Okay, put her number two, at least number two, please. Okay, all right, I'm done. End rant. I'm so impressed.
Wow. So I'm guessing that 90% of those votes were from you, right?
There was quite a few, but I I voted some. Obviously not enough. Man, I actually kind of feel like I'm responsible for her going up to 54 and moving one. I actually am, but I won't say that. But I will say she's definitely going to move up at least one more spot after all the votes I thought after I saw this.
I think if I look at the list, you're the reason why Komiyama is at 55.
Yeah, well, Sorry to all you Komiharu fans, but I really pushed for Tani hard this year. I got her up one spot. I'm going to take some of the credit there, not all of it. Tani has some great fans, and they really are the ones that put her there, not me. But yeah, I put her there.
Gino, any reactions for this list?
Well, to be honest, not really. If I'm honest, it's like I said, the most the surprising one were the Tani, but Derek pretty much said everything already and more, and of course Akane. But to be honest, the rest and Muto Orin, of course. But to be the rest, not really that surprising.
All right.
So
Yeah,
I have nothing to add.
Oh. One more thing though, Soda Sarina, any thoughts on why she's at 62? And all these people kept messaging us and messaging me and saying, "No, Soda's got to be so deep." She's at 62. Who called it? Me. Just say.
Yeah, she for now is a bit harder, I would say. So yeah.
Not saying anything about Soda though. I actually have been seeing a little more of her. I'm kind of falling for her. She has a great personality, and I do have her in my Senbatsu pick, but only because I got hounded by people saying she should be. But in all honesty, I don't know. I mean, is she gonna end up at 62? That's a curiosity for us. Hopefully that answer, well, obviously it will be answered, comes to Sousenkyo. But that's an interesting spot.
All right. Then we're going to next girls, and it's 47 till 33. Am I right with that?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel right. I think I.
That's 33 to 48. Is that we? I think we missed one number.
Yeah. So no, 16 every time. So it's 49 actually.
No, 48.
48.
Huh.
33 to 48.
Okay.
We're gonna do it right from now on.
Yeah. So during this list, I would say the ones I liked most in there is Goto Moe. She actually deserves very underappreciated, but now a lot of people voted for her. Surprisingly, Ogiri Yui. Well, we did predict she will make Senbatsu, and this just shows from not ranking to getting a stellar year to
It helps.
being in
it
there.
Helps.
And other than that, yeah, Furata now, that's a good one to see. I like
No,
that one.
I expected her to be higher.
She
Me
will.
too.
Maybe it's just personal bias because that girl is amazing in my opinion.
She's
Sorry, everybody.
very amazing. Everything from her saxophone playing to that amazing body of hers to her great kami handshakes. The girl has it all going. She's a perfect idol as far as what you'd ask for in an idol. But again, first day, I have her in my Senbatsu, and I have Yui Yui there as well. I think both of them will definitely push. This is a good spot for them to push. I think anyone in this group ranking has a total chance to be at the very least an undergirls. Although to be honest, like Moe and now and basically obviously Tanaka Miku, Yabuki Nako, all these girls, they're all I think gonna rise. But where they're gonna fall, that's kind of up for grabs considering who's in front of them.
Now for me, it's quite surprising to see Toyonaga Aki in this list because she's an HKT Kenkyusei, and it's another Kenkyusei that actually made the preliminary rankings, and I'm quite surprised to see that. Yeah, the only reason I know about Toyonaga Aki is because Blue is tweeting a lot about her. Yeah, for Blue.
Oh, I was gonna say I didn't even know who she was. I was like, who?
That's
Blue girl. That's right.
Actually, it's very surprising to me. So she's not the only Kenkyusei getting into that rank and pretty high, and that's what's weird on this list. So before we go to the undergirls and Senbatsu, if you look at the list, there are a few names also that's weird. It's like two more Kenkyusei from NGT came in
Niigata,
there. Yeah, and Omori Miyu is in there. I'm number 47. Forgot about that one. And it feels like there's this community, or there's this certain types of group that are like, you know what, we're just gonna spend all this money and then gonna vote totally someone out of the blue. And especially this year, this is very weird comparing to other years. Just a lot of Kenkyusei, a lot of NGT, and it's interesting. I do feel it's only a few bursts. Eventually, in the end, the fans who are really devoted will overcome the ones that have a lot of money. But it does help, though, with the votes.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the only thing to append what you just said, Robin, is that like this group that we're just discussed, if there's a lot of names in there I'm not 100% familiar with, and I like that. I like the fact that it's kind of trending in all these groups, especially the Senbatsu for crying out loud.
Yeah.
There's names that you just don't expect, and
Yeah.
I really hope they stick because this is
Exactly.
how AKB continues to go. You've
It's
got to
a-
have new
yeah.
girls.
Exactly.
You know?
It's pretty much an evolution, I would say, from last year.
Right. And it's cool because then all of a sudden we're introduced to a new crop of girls that like we can support and devote and have a good time watching grow into awesome superstar idols. So
What I like is, well, first off, like you have a
Yeah.
lot of fans saying, "Oh, old AKB is best, new AKB won't survive." Looking at these numbers, they're fine. It's going to be
They're
great.
more than fine. They're more than fine.
But like you said, some of the members I have no clue, or well, some clue for who they are. But then I wonder, now looking at the number of votes. So, did one vote is what, about $16, I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something
Something
like
like
that.
that. Yeah.
So I wonder, so they are that much worth for day one sale. So I wonder, why is this member so special? What does this member mean to you, or mean to these people who have voted for her? This is always interesting to look out. Maybe you'll find something new that you like, and you're like, oh, I never
Exactly.
knew that. So that's always a good evolution for fans getting to know members from the 48 group.
If I can add, oh, I'm sorry, was somebody else gonna say something, or okay,
No.
I'm
No,
good.
go for
Okay.
it.
So I was gonna say, one of the things is too, you have to understand that a lot of these votes are from Japanese people, and if you, especially people living in Tokyo, if you are in Tokyo, you can go many times to go up to the theater and watch the groups on like the screens. I did that
Yeah.
actually. I did that on Friday. I went up to the AKB theater and I watched 16 Gen do very old stage, like the very first AKB stage.
Oh wow.
And it was amazing. It was so great. But the thing that I noticed about that was that a lot of those girls, like, I don't want to say no names, that's disrespectful, but girls we don't really know yet, were getting the most cheers and excitement and dances from all the people there. And I think the reason why I'm bringing this up is because if you have the chance to go to these theater shows over and over and over again, these names are very familiar to you because
Yeah.
there are a lot of times these are girls that are hitting the pavement in they're dancing all the time. You become very familiar with these girls. They're not necessarily the girls you see on like AK Bingo or the big variety shows. They're not even the ones that get focused on in the big concert events. But these are the girls that make AKB the daily AKB that people in Japan know. So that's why, to maybe the foreign fans, this list might be very unfamiliar, including myself. But when I was at the theater, I was like, wow, like I can see now why some of these again, I don't mean it disrespectfully, no-name girls have so much love given towards them, because you got all these guys that are just like totally into these girls that none of us know about.
I would
So,
say the biggest
yeah.
one is Murayama Yuri. That's the theater
Yeah.
angel. You know, she never
Oh,
goes on
God,
any
yeah.
TV shows. You know, she does the showrooms, Kimidare, and a lot of Okaranana showrooms, and getting into that. But AK Bingo, I think I never seen her on AK Bingo, or just in the background, or even Nemesis is very limited when she's on there.
Yeah.
Um, that
Perfect.
when you see her on theater stages, you can see her that she's always very excited, gets the crowd going, and you have a lot of members that do that, but you'll never see them unless you watch the theater stages. So you're 100% correct on that. I'm losing my voice.
Yes, you are, Robin. You got to stop screaming so much at the. I know you were upset about this list, but gee,
I'm not upset on this list. This is
I know.
very interesting.
very interesting.
Sorry about it, everyone. It happens. It's better for now than next week.
Well, true.
Yeah, totally agree.
Okay, so let's move down to Undergirls.
Oh
This
yeah.
is interesting.
I find Senbatsu is most of the time predictable, but Undergirls is always wonder what the new crop, or the ones that are getting there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
So looking in this list, I love it. I love it for the fact Mogi Shinobu is on there.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Go Moki.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's great. But yeah, the names here that are familiar. So Mukaechi Mion, Iwatate Saho, Kojima Mako, Ota Yuri, Fukuoka
Yep.
Sena, Yamaguchi Maho.
Oh
Yes,
Maho,
yes.
Maho,
Oh,
that's
Maho.
Maho,
Oh man.
Maho.
loved it. Then follow up by Taniguchi Megu. Love it.
Yes,
Goto
yes,
Rara. That's also
yes.
great to
Oh
see.
yeah.
Sai
The beautiful Sai.
Fujigumai. Shiro
Yep,
Mameru on there.
yep,
Takeyoshi Saki. And then center it
yep.
is Suto
Oh
Ririka.
god, yeah.
I would
Lyric.
love to see this list.
Oh yeah. If this sticks, I'm more than happy actually. So
I,
yeah.
I was I was just gonna say this would be a perfect Undergirls. I would be totally happy with it.
Yeah,
Totally.
Anyone else who want to talk
Yeah,
more about this
what
one?
I find surprising, because I agree with you all, this list is amazing. But if I do not want to skip to Senbatsu yet, but
Yeah.
if you look at the numbers, that it's so freakishly close to the bottom part of the Senbatsu. It's not
Yeah.
even. It's just uncanny how close these numbers are. I
Actually,
find this amazing.
the difference between 16 and 17 is only 156 votes. So yeah, it's that close.
Yeah, but also if you look between number 11 and number, what is it, number 22, it's like 1,500 votes.
Oh
it's,
yeah.
it's just, and it's such a large game. This is such a close list. I find it fantastic.
Yeah, so unpredictable, and it's good it's so unpredictable nowadays because Soseki were getting a bit too predictable, and thus a bit stale to my taste. But yeah, if it's like this, hey man, yeah, I can never say much to Soseki like this every year, man. Oh,
Right. So yeah, and to add to that, and I'm glad you both brought that up, because of the vote counting be so ridiculously close. Can you imagine all the fans looking, like, if you're a a Mogi Oshi, and you see like the difference between her and Mion is not that much, a couple hundred votes, like, you're gonna go crazy. And then Mion's fans are gonna do the same, so they could be Saho and Mako's fans. Mako's fans gonna be interesting. I'll circle back to her in a second. Couple things. Mogi, let's all remember she lost her father a few weeks
Yep.
ago. I don't think she wants pity votes, but I think we all as fans should certainly give her a vote out of love and respect that she's even here, that she's carrying on. I don't consider that pity. That's a sign of respect that she's that strong. I don't know how anyone can lose their parent like that and still do what she does. And she's been killing it. She was on the stages. It's like nothing happened. I give her a lot of credit. She's a strong person. I hope Mogi goes deep. Mion, happy she's there. Although at the same time, I have her on this. So I'm kind of hoping she jumps for that reason, so I'm not wrong. But at the same time, I actually feel that's where she should be in a way. I just think she's gonna get a massive push, because otherwise management's gonna be like, why'd we push this girl for a year? Saho is surprising, only because I think she goes up and down with like her reactions with people, as far as her fans go. But she does have a lot of devoted fans. Mahone, best news out of this whole group.
Oh, man.
I love this girl to death. I would love her to be in Senbatsu. And considering her vote count now, she might get there. But even if she's in Undergirls, Mahone deserves it. She's great. Sai, after meeting Mirase Sai, after meeting her, she is drop dead gorgeous in person. I'm kind of a big fan of hers now. Gotorara, she's international. Of course, I got to support her, since I don't see other international girl that we all love on here,
Not yet.
unfortunately.
Not yet.
Not yet, but Reina-chan, we're gonna get you there. Megaton, awesome. She's gonna be Senbatsu. Mark my words. Everyone who says she's not ready, that's what I have to say to you. Get her on here, okay? Like, honestly, no offense, but because she's at 23, she's not gonna stay there. She's gonna get into Senbatsu. But here's the interesting one, Mako. We all know what happened. If anyone cares to talk about it, I think this would be a good time. What are your thoughts about that? What happened to her, and how this reflects that versus what could happen for her?
I would say we're getting to it that scandals are non-existent like that. These are weak attempts by Shikanbutsu. It's like, oh my god, look, similar rooms. Oh my god, it's like same apartment buildings and blah.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
She can't even visit a birthday party anymore without being a scandal.
Okay.
It's like,
So
what?
I'm going to tell the story then. So first off, the votes that were counted were before the reveal of the scandal. So we don't know if there will be a change or anything. There of course will be fans who are like, bah, 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 she with male that other than me. So now I'm angry. It's like well, you're jealous, and if you are really respectable for the group, you wouldn't see this as a problem. So what happened? A few pictures came online, and it was during a celebration of Kojimako's own birthday, who turned 20, by the way, so that's an adult. Was also having another birthday party with a friend of hers, her classmate, that happened to be a Johnny. So they were in the same building, well, same apartment, celebrating the birthday. Um, One thing else happened is because Takahashi Judy lives in the same apartment building, the setup looks similar, so she got dragged into this as well. And there were some fans, haters that are like, you know what, I'm gonna get on this, I'm gonna ruin this girl and try to get her down with a few votes. But surprisingly, what I love about this, Mako did apologize for making a little trouble, but they weren't like, no, I'm not gonna leave or anything, or I'm not gonna announce graduation. I'm just gonna continue. And Takahashi Juri just straight up said, I'm not gonna apologize. You just have to believe us. And
Yeah.
that's a very interesting take on this. It's like, yeah, pretty much, I do believe you. It's like a birthday party. Oh my god, that's so horrible. You shouldn't meet other people. Like stupid reasoning. So I don't think this will be any downside to her. Maybe a couple of hundred, but wouldn't be like, oh, devastating. She won't make it because of this
Yeah, she'll make it.
scandal.
She'll make it.
Well,
I guarantee you.
let's be
She'll make
honest.
it.
Mako has one thing in her corner that a lot of other people don't, and that's Yayo.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that dude loves Mako. I think, and Yayo, if you're listening, we love you. Sorry you can't be here, but I know I'll be seeing you tomorrow anyway. So
In the
anyway,
meanwhile,
it's okay,
I just put up the pictures he's taking today. Right now
Yeah.
he's sleeping on the
so-
table while Mako is doing the peace sign.
Well, right. See, so here's the thing. If you really love your Oshi, you support her. It's that
Yeah.
simple. Mako has a lot of diehard Oshis. They're gonna push her. She's gonna make some Batsu. But what I find interesting about this is that it's the first time I've really ever recalled an AKB member, especially when Jury's situation of her coming out, and just taking a huge stand and being like, you know what, screw this. Because honestly, it's a birthday party. I can understand alcohol if it's there and people are worried that something might happen, but especially because the Johnnies, because like I've said before, their only goal in life is to ruin AKB members' lives. Okay, that's the whole reason Johnnies exist, is to ruin AKB. All right, I'm just being honest. It's just instant. But here's the thing: if that really were the biggest problem in the world, that you can't have Johnnies in the same room, then why do they always perform together on Music Station and all these
Yeah.
other places? We don't know what goes on in those backstage. And also, we live in 2017. Cameras are everywhere. I think Kojimako, I would hope, and especially if Jury's involved in any way, shape, or form, they'd have enough sensibility, enough intelligence between the two of them to know that somebody's gonna snap a picture. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just evident, of course. It's just this is
Mm.
what you do. And so in that case, they really probably felt it was okay to be there because they probably felt they weren't gonna do anything wrong. And I think the fact that they even let themselves be pictured, that says it all right there. The fact, I mean, even if they weren't aware of it, the fact they were even there and they had that idea they would, they're thinking, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just eating birthday cake with the Johnny. Big whoop. I perform with them on stage. What's the difference? And in all honesty, I'm all about the love band. I actually agree with it, but I don't agree with this kind of crap. And I have to say to all the Mako fans, you better not let your girl slide. Well, I know Yayo's gonna she'll be fine with Yayo,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like, all
He's
the
currently
other
standing
Yayos
in
out
line
there-
as we speak.
Right,
Yep.
exactly. That's exactly my point. But for all the other Yayo type fans out there that love Mako, I mean, seriously, push this girl in Senbatsu. Finally, can we just get her in there and just let her enjoy and and forget this stuff. Just blow it over. It's garbage. Move on. End of story.
Yeah, it's like Judy said. It's like fans. She trusts the fans. To support her and do the thing. So you can take a picture with her, talk to her with showroom. Have a lot of cooking shows. We should do the same. Just trust the girls as well. It's like, don't be judgmental. Don't assume things that like, oh no, she's been with a guy. You know what happens when they're with a guy because they've never been with a guy before. Like, no, come on, just
No, come on.
Trust-
Use
trust the
common
person,
sense, people.
yeah.
Use common sense, man.
But
Yeah.
Jury speaking out, she done that before. It was when Kimiwa Melody was announced.
Right.
Yeah.
She was
right.
like, I'm getting tired of getting all these graduated members being back in singles. It's like, she was really frustrated. So we just had Sousenkyo's announcement. What does it all matter if you are graduated and can come back anytime you
Yeah.
want it? So
Uh-huh.
that was it can backfire. I would say Tanuyuka it backfired when she went into management. But when Judy spoke out, she did it in such a manner that it's very appropriate and still
Yeah.
valid with her frustrations. I think she did
Right.
this the same as well. So she feels like, hey, these are allegations that are made to me, and I don't agree with this. I'm not gonna apologize for something that didn't happen. And yeah,
No.
I agree. That's a very good take on that.
Yeah.
And for the most part, she like I think 2 days later she posted a message like, "Finally, I had a good night of sleep. No more worries." So I think that the fans, most of her loyal fans, are like, "Ah, pff, we don't care. It's like there's nothing happened. We trust you."
Yep, exactly. It's more like this. I'm not even considering this a scandal at all. It's just a party, and let's keep it at that.
I don't consider the last few scandals actually scandals.
No, they were because they
Right.
weren't. It's more
Right.
like, oh my god, a member is with a random guy. Maybe the random guy was just asking for direction or something like that, and it's like, click, scandal, scandal. It's like, no, it isn't. It was just a guy asking for direction or something like that. Because I don't know, man. It's more to people are easily too offended, I would say, but
Mm.
it's like common sense is pretty much gone. So yeah, I don't know, man.
How about it, Liz, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say I watched a few reactions to the Sousenkyo and after reactions from Showroom, and I love when Yamaguchi Maho came up.
Oh
She
yeah, I
Oh,
watched that
yeah.
showroom myself. Oh my god.
we saw her in tears when she had her scandal. Was so stupid. But now we saw like tears of joy. She was
Yeah.
so appreciated. She didn't believe it actually
She was
happened.
surprised. She was so surprised, and she was genuinely happy.
Yeah.
And it makes the ragecast we did a couple of months ago, I would say, all worth it, all more than worth it. So yeah,
Mm.
it was so happy
Yeah,
to see
I'm
her.
waiting for my CD to vote for it.
Well, one of the things about all the NGT girls that had a great night first night, they were all overjoyed. I mean, their reactions, screaming bloody murder, like
Yeah.
it like brought me almost to tears because they were so grateful.
Mm.
So it makes me want to root for them even more,
Yeah.
especially Mahone. We got to get her in, man. If she gets Undergirls, that'll be a huge victory.
We are
so.
missing
Yeah.
one name though, and that's surprising to me. That's Kato Minami. She
Kato
didn't,
Minami,
didn't
where is
even
she?
get ranked. Yeah.
Don't even talk about that, man. I was
What
so
happened?
bummed to see my girl didn't get ranked. What happened there?
What happened? What the heck?
What does that girl have to do? Seriously.
I think at that moment she's like, "Ah, fine, whatever. I'll just be around." I
Right?
think she got the support. She has like a similar role to I would say Shimada Haruka or if Fujita Nana or she is a great member, great in a lot of things, but for some reason she doesn't get that rank.
No.
Oh
It's
man.
just like
Last year she got in, so who knows? Maybe she'll be surprising, and a lot of fans are like, "Oops, I forgot to vote." Here we go. Like,
Let's hope so.
50,000
man.
votes. I don't know.
I will say one last thing about this group, at least on my end. I'll say my last thing. Riripon as center. I mean, can we
Oh,
just
yeah.
imagine how amazing Undergirl song would be with her
Oh,
and her
man.
squeaky, beautiful, I can
Yeah.
listen to her voice, everyday voice.
And with a very deep meaning, that you have to look up
Oh,
first.
Yeah.
So good. So as much as I want Riripon and Senbatsu, I kind of want her to have the center for Undergirls.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
I think
man.
it's a better place for her until next year or something. Then she will definitely be in Senbatsu. But who knows? The vote count is so small there. Like she easily could make Senbatsu. So I don't know. Ugh, Riripon center. I like it.
All right. Shall we move on to Senbatsu?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
What a Senbatsu.
What the Senbatsu it is.
Oh my god.
First up,
First
Yeah.
up, at number 16.
Kubo
I think you
Satane.
say.
Yeah.
I think you say. Like, what?
Huh?
It's interesting.
Interesting. I don't know. The sad part is I don't even know a lot about Kumasatane, so I actually have to do some research on it.
Well, she just performs a Team K. Am I right?
I think so.
Yeah. But the number it's 11,363
Amazing.
votes. I really wonder what happened in the community there. It's like, did someone plan this? Did someone, You know, maybe Bill Gates is like, huh, I can spend this over a million. Let's do something. What? All right, this time I'm gonna donate to AKB48. What is that? All right. Let's see a few names, and then joke gone too far. It's so weird that seeing a lot of these names, and this one is the start of it already. It's like 16 for a Kenkyusei that I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I'm more like, is she? What the heck?
She's one of the many dark horses in this Senbatsu, for sure.
Many.
Yeah.
All right. Number 15 then. It's Okita Ayaka. Well, that's okay. That's
Yeah, she
one
ranked
I
last year, I
expected.
think.
Well, you know what's interesting about that is this is NMB's one captain girl or sub captain or whatever, and she beat out Shiroma Miru. We were all going on and on about Miru. Everyone's like, oh, Miru's, and including me, saying Miru's going to be deep, and then look, this girl beats everybody in NMB pretty much for this spot. Good for her, I say. Good for her, and she deserves it too, especially because some of her, I want to say some of the gravure things I've seen her in. I mean, girl, she's got it going. So I'm happy, very happy for her.
I do think Miru will eventually beat her. You know,
I do too.
be higher
I
on the
think
list.
So, yeah.
Miru fans are crazy, so I think Shiroma has a lot of votes coming her way. But it will be interesting to see if Okita Ayaka does actually stick in Senbatsu. That'll be an unexpected for me. I was definitely thinking Undergirls maybe, but I don't know. Senbatsu looks like she could have it. I don't know.
Yeah.
She can also be beaten by Kubo Satane since there's only a 10 vote
Crazy,
difference.
right?
Yeah. Wow.
Can you imagine being the captain and being like, this freaking Kenkyusei beat me?
This little
What?
kid, this Gaki.
Yeah.
What do you have that I don't have? No.
Oh,
Number 14 I like, Kawamoto Saya.
yeah. That's one
I hate
prediction.
it.
That yeah.
Don't like it.
You don't like it? Why don't you like it?
I don't like Saya. She's just, I mean, not that that's too strong. She's cool. She's a, whatever. Her fans are great. So no offense to them, but I just can't get into this girl. I can't. Like, it's just, I don't know, there's something about her that just rubs me the wrong way about her. I don't know what it is.
Well, she's more of stable. She's more a stable one, I would say. Always into the single Senbatsu, and she always had a bit of a rise every year. So it's not unexpected to see her in the Senbatsu for the preliminary sales. So
Well, we know one person that likes her, the Yeo, is currently sitting next to her and
Yeah.
clenching his fist for some reason.
If somebody could give me a reason to say something special about her, I'm all ears. She's just there. I don't know.
That's the thing. Her character, I would say, is like the supporting role character.
Yeah.
You know,
Right,
it's like,
exactly.
She's the sidekick. That's her style. But she's a very sweet girl. I would like to see her break out more. And Nemesu did help with the army training.
Oh yeah, that was good.
She was one of the weakest next to Taniguchi Megu, who was also pretty weak during the army. But just she has these characters that is very enjoyable, but as a solo artist, I wouldn't see it. So, Senbatsu. Last year she got pretty high in Undergirls.
Yeah, last year she got into 27, I think. 27, and she might actually make Senbatsu. Or
I don't think so. Top Undergirls, I would say.
Yeah, top Undergirls,
Undergirls.
low tier Senbatsu. Somewhere in that region, I would say. Yeah.
No, but she's a quiet girl, very sweet, very nice. Team 4, I love Team 4, and doing great. So I don't know, Derek. Maybe it's because she's too quiet, because you like the more extreme type.
Yeah, well, I mean, you compare it to Tani, it's like worlds apart. So you're right. Yeah, completely.
Okay. Another one. Here we go. Number 13.
Oh yeah.
Kura no Narumi. Team 8. You could definitely tell Team 8 is doing a lot better than last few years. I would say Boon Boon helped a lot. Getting
definitely.
on the show.
That was fun.
And I would say the name doesn't ring a bell, but when I see her, I know she does stuff that's pretty entertaining, and she has the talent. She's pretty high on the list though, compared to other teammate members. I would say that I expected to be there, but okay. Again, the fans really, someone's very devoted to her.
Yep.
I I think Kurnu, I think she worked her butt off this year for it though. Honestly, like I'm not a fan of hers either at all, but I really respect the fact that she was everywhere. And for Team 8, that's hard to do considering all the freaking members in Team 8. I'd say Narumi and Yui are probably some of the biggest names you would see from Team 8. Yamada, obviously, and a couple others, but really those are the ones I think of. And Kurunu, like I think of her, and this is her power. I don't like her, but I still think of her because she's been everywhere, because you can't avoid her. So good for her to do that, and hopefully that's helped her, not just in the media, but her fans, like you said, very devoted. Good. I mean, I'm couldn't be happier for her, even though don't want her to be in Senbatsu, but if she makes it, good. I mean, under girls would be okay for her.
Number 12. GinoZX likes this one, I think.
Yep.
Yes, I am very happy with this first day result.
Are you?
It's
yeah.
It's if we compare it to the last year, Yui was number, let me look this up, number 26 on day one.
Yeah.
And eventually she climbed up to be number 11. So a number 12 spot for a day one sale. I'm very happy about this. And I'm still gonna hope, because it's about time she makes Kami 7, and
be nice.
This will be the year.
Yes.
Yes.
This will be the year. And you know what's good too about that, Gino? If she, I have her, I think, at 8 on my list. But if she does make Kami 7, wouldn't that be great to have the Sokentoku in there? Like, just. I mean, she deserves it, right? I mean,
exactly.
I actually think
exactly.
She's worked so hard. I mean, to take the huge burden Takamina left her, and just stand on those 2 feet and not just collapse every time. And she's done it. Your girl's good, man.
There's a good proof.
She's good. After watching her
during the stage thumbnail performance, she actually didn't have a voice. She announced it on the showroom on the day itself.
That's correct.
She did perform. So currently, I'm in the same situation. Just my voice is a little cracked up. She did perform a few songs, but it more of dance move, and then you couldn't replace her during the show. But yeah, she's still performing even though she couldn't sing at all. So that much of a presence she has, and hard worker, and as the leader of the group, I would say she deserves a spot in the top 7.
Yes. So 12 is good. 7's gonna be awesome, and let's go for it, Gina. I'm so voting for your girl to get it because I love her. So good.
I think if she makes top 7, everyone can hear me from here till LA. So it's gonna.
I'll be listening.
If she beats Sakura, then already that will happen.
Oh
yeah.
The world will gonna collapse.
All right, number 11, Kato Yuka.
No idea who this girl is.
If I'm saying it correctly, SKE, right?
Or you guys, NMB.
Ah, I knew it. I was thinking this one or this one.
Another surprise.
Yeah, I think this is the results of not having motorcycle in it, and then they find a replacement for another member. Maybe on the NMB side, she's very popular. I don't watch a lot of NMB shows and theater shows as well. Who knows? There's always a reason there that people are spending money, to a certain member. But I have no clue. So.
Yeah, same here.
Well, next up, I love this one.
Oh, go for it. This one's for you, man. This one is for
Okada
you.
Nana on number 10. That's a very good spot for her. Last year she got number 14, and now on day 1 she is on 10th place. This is just insane, rising up, and I don't think she's done yet. She'll get a much higher spot if this keeps up.
Yeah, she will definitely get a higher spot. This is a good starting point, and from here it's only a relatively small jump to Kami 7. So she will make it. She will make it.
Let's be honest. The girl's Kami 7.
Yeah.
There's too many Nachan fans out there that like, if you don't put this girl, all the work she's done this year, everything she's accomplished. You watch her documentary. Why not put her in there? She's got a great story, and she's lovable. She's great. She likes spicy food. She can eat it to her heart's content. That's enough reason for me to put her in Kami 7.
She can't cook though. She still can't cook. She's now, during Sousenkyo time, everybody has their own appeal sites. So now she's doing a few cooking classes, and she was doing she promised one of the teammate members. What's the name of the girl again who is like on AK Bingo? Is like, oh, you're always so mad and never smile. What's the name?
Oh yeah, the one that what's his name always makes fun of and try to go on a date with.
Yeah. So she promised to make omurice for her. So
Right.
she did first a practice run, and it ended up being instead of omurice, it ended up chicken with rice and an egg.
Scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs. She
Wow.
did a few things wrong, and she had no one to help. So it was pretty fun to watch that show. And then the actual dates, they were having a photo shoot, so she did a special thing. First of all, she wore a pink dress, and it's like, oh, really, a pink dress first time? It's weird to see that. And she wore a chef's hat, and a full-on chef clothing.
Wow.
And there were these like two little girls running around, and the teammate member was also showing. And everybody was waiting in anticipation. Is she gonna get it right? Is she gonna get the egg right? And yeah, pretty much she did it actually. So again, hard work shows that she's very serious in that, in everything, and that's why I think she deserves this rank right now, because this is one of the most hardest workers in all of AKB48, I would say.
No, yeah, I totally agree. Echo that sentiment. The only thing I'd say too about like the food stuff, that's also a testimony to where she was last year when she was giving the tearful speech during Sousenkyo versus now where she's embracing food, embracing eating, considering her problem. God bless her. Honestly, like that's the way to tackle your problems head on. She is a good example for girls everywhere that may have problems with their bodies and like issues with that. And she shows you like, look, you tackle that stuff head on and you embrace it and you become a better person that way. So there is kind of an under message there by her doing all the food stuff. And again, I just gave her so much respect in the world for doing it. This is why she needs to be in Kami 7. Crap, I'd even be happy with her as the center. I know Robin would.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think instead of hearing me shout from here to LA, you can hear the ambulances, and it will be on the news. A guy collapses because of some weird Japanese show.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
wow.
No, but yeah, STU captain. That's also the thing that's going up. Being loved by so many members, being loved by so many fans, always doing her best for the fans, and that's her quote that she made. She wants to make people smile. She will do it. Number 10 is a very good spot for her to start with.
Yep.
The thing is though, this is very close race, but on number 9, it's Takahashi Judy, another one that's very hard working, and another Team 4
Oh, yeah.
member, of course. We just mentioned already a bit with the scandal that this wouldn't affect her. This is just like
Yeah.
again, we were just talking about hardworking people. This one is the next Sokantaku in line.
Oh, yeah.
This is the. Also, she's crazy, and a lot of Yamamoto Saika fans see Takajuri as the next one in line, or as a replacement for Yamamoto Saika. But this girl is amazing. Fun to watch. I enjoy her showrooms also a lot. She does this technique when she reads out questions. She comes very close, and it just mesmerized me. It's just so pretty to watch, and it's so much fun to watch, actually. So yeah.
Oh wow.
I think you were talking about Yokoyama Yui, not Yamamoto Sayaka, Robin. But I think because you mentioned something about replacing Yamamoto.
No. Yamamoto Saka is not in Sousenkyo, and they are very close friends in real life.
Oh, okay. That makes total sense. All right, never mind. So one thing I'll say though, I had her. I think on my list is like around like the 10 spot. So this actually is where I actually see her staying. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know how the vote count's gonna be, but I actually feel she'll be good at 9. This isn't. I don't want this necessarily to be her year. I think next year, the year after, if she sticks in AKB, that'll be when we're really gonna see Jerry like rise. But this would be a good spot for her, So all for it.
Anyone
Oh,
else?
Nope. Everything that I want to say has been pretty much been told already. So yeah, I've got nothing more to add.
Say Gino, do you want to take this one away? Next one?
Go for it.
Can,
Those are.
can I curse?
Yeah, sure.
No. Hey. No.
No. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Don't say you can curse on this show without a reason.
This
Yes,
is
reason
this
to.
is the reason.
Yeah,
Yes, a reason. Yes, a reason.
not a valid reason, I would say. Yeah, Miyawaki Sakura with the first one into the 20,000 votes, so 21,151 votes.
Yep.
She was surprised by this though, and her thing right now is in her Sousenkyo appeal video. She said, I have to beat these roadblocks in front of me, and she just showed, the members she has to beat. But she didn't expect that everyone else behind her is catching up, and
Yeah.
it shows with this one. So she is actually worried. I can't be even, top 4 right now in the day 1 sales. So she's very surprised with this, and I hope that it really hits her. That is like,
Wake up call. Wake up call.
yeah, you are great. You're talented, but there are a lot of more people that are waiting in line or just catching up to you, and
Yep.
you need to do something. You need to adjust.
Yeah, Gino, what do you have to say about that?
I think this is a kid-friendly show, so I think I'll just keep my mouth shut. Now,
Yeah,
kidding aside, it's to me, it's I really do not like Sakura.
Right.
But as we see in the last couple of years as well, she gets a gigantic push at the end, and I'm looking at the results of last year. The day 1 sales for last year, she was number 12.
Yeah.
And she eventually ended up being number 6. So I don't think she will have that many problems to be in Kami 7 again, even though I don't like it.
Yeah, well, the only thing about Sakura-san, after meeting her, what was it, last weekend? I get her appeal. She's really sweet. She tried to talk to me more than just a hi. I think she knows how to handle her fans and stuff, which is the important part here because the fans are the ones putting her at the 8th spot right now. However, I would also say that considering who's ahead of her, Robin, you said it perfectly. She was so focused on the front, she forgot she's in a race with 300 other girls.
Exactly.
Oh man,
more
this
like
was such a shock.
Yeah, she forgot to look back pretty much at who is chasing her.
Mm.
I mean, she is the only one doing the chasing. She's being chased as well by the other members, by the newer members, pretty much. So yeah.
Yeah.
And coming up is a good example, I would say.
Yeah.
Oh, the next one is a perfect example, but she's young. She's young. She's acting like she's 30 in AKB. She's only 20 something. Honestly, the
She's
girl's
not even
got
20,
another.
too.
Right, she's got another 5-6 years if she wants to
Yeah.
stay, and she's gonna kill it in the years to come once all those roadblocks are removed. She is the logical next choice. So I mean, my God, the management push on this girl. Every freaking variety show or TV or show they come out with, she's the star. I feel like Sakura-tan has it, but also after meeting her, I kind of like her a little more than I did. I didn't like her either. I was kind of like, she's all right. But now I'm kind of like, okay, I want her to do well, just not now.
The biggest problem for me with Sakura is she needs to be more humble, and she got
exactly.
she got to be pushed too far at the start, with all the Magiska stuff and that, and she took it wrong. And she's like, I'm the star, and I need to be higher. That's the thing. If you learn to be more humble, then you will get that rank eventually. That's the thing compared to Sashi. Sashi is number 1, great, but she's always humble. She always knows where she's coming from, and that she's appreciated by the fans by that. And that's what Sakura is, I think, missing.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
I totally agree 100%.
But yeah, let's get into Crazy Town.
Yeah.
I think we haven't arrived yet.
God, these next 7.
By the way, people, this is not the only tip into Crazy Town. Let's keep it at that.
Yeah.
But go for it.
Yeah. We are now almost at the 1 hour mark, so I think this is going to be a bit longer show, but as expected, Sousenkyo, even though I skipped a lot of the list. Number 7, holy crap, NGT48, Takakura Moeka.
Okappa.
The one that's very awkward in NGT and has been the center of the first NGT song, not the first debut single. That horrible song. And that's also we need to shout out Yeo again. He said he thinks that the sales of NGT's first debut single were so low is because everyone knew Sousenkyo was coming up. You know what? Instead of buying this horrible song, let's vote on NGT members.
Yeah. It all makes
Well,
sense now, actually. It
all makes
They,
sense.
Yeah.
clearly
it's all
did.
connected.
They clearly did.
Yeah, but 21,667 votes.
Unreal.
Wow.
Unreal.
That's
From being unranked into almost into pretty much Kami 7.
She
What?
lost it. She
Yeah.
lost it when they saw her, and everybody else in NGT was like,
Yeah.
"What the hell?" It's like,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I have no clue what's going on. Explain this to me, someone.
Or look at it this way: from relatively being unknown into the pressure of Kami 7. That is one heck of a pressure put on her right now. It's just like, what? How did this happen? What?
I wonder what eventually will be if this was her limit, like if this would be her end number. Last year she would have been Undergirls certainly.
That's
So I
like
wonder
let's
what
see.
the goal will be this year. If no one voted for her from now till the end, would she still be then in Undergirls, or would it now be next girls, future girls?
I actually don't know.
Well, here's
if this was her
yeah.
number, she wouldn't even be Undergirls. She would have been
Nope.
Next Girls.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's the thing. This year, again, we have a lot more fans, so there's going to be a lot more votes. You have people that are just joining the AKB world for the very first time. Every year, AKB's fans grow. That's why the Sousenkyo numbers grow. So Okapa's numbers, that actually might not be anywhere near enough to get into Senbatsu, let alone Undergirls. We could see some huge numbers this year, especially considering who got first and her number. I mean, if that's like 16 spot minimum, what that girl got, I can't even imagine what number one's gonna get. Honestly, I'm calling it 500,000, man.
Yeah. It may be actually true that it will be a plausible number. I would say when I looked at it first, I would think, well, 300,000 is maybe possible. But if this is the start of day one, I don't know how crazy everyone's gonna get.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But then.
And Okapa's a good example of that. Also, too, I would like to say, well, aside from who got number 1, 2, 3, and 4 is basically my picks for 1, 2, and 3. And I have a feeling it could stick. But anyways, let's go on because Okapa's that blew my mind. But let's go on.
But that's it. Yeah, go for it.
and the number 6, it's Suda Akari with 24,947. I like it.
Still going strong.
I like it.
Still going strong.
I like it. Go Dasu. We love you.
Yep.
Not much to say.
If she can stick to this, she's more than stable, and I think she will keep this position. I think she will keep this position.
Yeah, if she sticks, then she breaks her tradition of going up then down, then up then down. So
I think she can. I think she can keep this position.
Me too. Dasu fans are nuts. They're insane. So I'm sure she will.
A lot of fans are nuts.
And another ticket
which,
to Crazy. And another ticket to Crazy Town.
Yeah. NGT48 Honma Hinata with 25,032 votes.
Yeah. Again, I was like, who?
Yeah, who?
All right. Since not many of you watch NGT, she has a presence in theater and NGT TV show. She had a lot of interactions, so she's pretty funny in that. So I think that's why it helped her. But even though this is just insanity, giving so many votes to someone who wasn't even close ranking last year, I wonder what happened. I wonder if there's if it's one guy, or if it's like a couple of people, or this is just crazy. So many votes to this one person.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's more like, huh? What the heck? Okay, sure, but wow. I knew this year Sousenkyo was going to be crazy, but man.
No, that was the shock of all shocks. That she's nowhere near on my radar. But I'll say this: Yayo, I think, in all his strange brilliance, was right. It's just NGT's strategy, man. Their fans were thinking, all right, you guys go ahead and deal with single sales. We got NGT. Just wait, and then boom, they come out and they kill it. It's insane to think that a large number of people that bought AKB's single were the NGT fans. It's interesting. It's good strategy, actually. I'm impressed with Niigata fans. So good for you.
So yeah, when this one got announced, then I started to count, and I was like, something's not right.
Right.
Yeah.
So at number 4, surprisingly, Watanabe Mayu with 27,614 votes. A lot of votes. Number 4 though.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I have. Yeah, later maybe, I don't know, a slow starter.
know.
I would say.
Let's hope so.
Last year
because-
she was first.
Yeah,
Last
but
year she was
last
first,
yeah.
yeah.
Last day first. Day
Oh no,
was
no, she
first.
wasn't first, right? Oh, no,
Yeah,
she
she
was
was.
first. She was first.
She
Yeah,
was
yeah.
first, yeah. But the votes she got for the first day result was 42,000, and now it's only 27,000. What the heck happened?
I would
Well-
say the biggest thing in my situation, I would say, it's Watanabe Mayu featuring AKB48 and not anymore being AKB48. That's the biggest
That's
problem.
also true for the next person. So, but I'll say this with Mayu, like her fans they're coming. She's got a whole army that I'm sure once they saw this got real upset, and they're gonna rage vote, and it's gonna be insane. Like Mayu's gonna have a huge number, but I still think she's gonna stay at like a 3rd spot. I have a feeling my list might actually come true. I really do. I don't think number 1 on this list is going to be number 1, but I definitely think who's number 2 is going to be number 1, and so on. And Mayu, if she stays here, oh well, sorry Mayu fans, but I like her here. I'm actually very happy with this spot for her.
Now, there's only one thing I'm wondering, because Yukirin is not participating this year.
Yeah.
How many of Yukirin's fans will be prompted to vote for Mayu? They're like, they're really good friends. I wonder how big that group is, because in my mind it's not that big.
No.
No, I think it's the Ukraine fans. They already picked one, and we'll get to that one. I think that's a lot of influence as well. Why that one is number 1 instead of the one that we expected to be number 1 is Sashihara Rino at number 3 with 32,340 votes. The crowd was like, "Hey, what?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What?
When they announced first HKT teammates, they were like, "Who from HRP is not participating?"
Right.
And then it's like STU48, and like, what? Just even Okaranana was close. I was like, "That's insane. What is she doing in number 3 spot?" And then it's starting. Okay, then who's number 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just Sashi.
Yeah.
Sashi.
There was
very
only
frustrating.
one option left, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, wait. So with Sashi, does anybody know what her reaction was? I didn't catch anything post-election.
So what happened? They were doing also a live show, like a panelist, and we had Megu, Yui there, Hana-chan was there. Eventually, after the reveal, they had like conversations about their own predictions. Hana-chan had to leave because after certain time she has to go.
Yeah,
but she was so upset, crying, and just like she didn't rank herself, so that's also upsetting. But she was also very upset for Sashi, and Sashi came out and said, "It was like, oh, Sashi, can we ask questions?" She's like, "No, not right now. I am very frustrated." She was like, she did start crying a little, and Oya was there, and then Oya started crying because Sashi was crying. So it was like a big cry fest. A lot of salt was there appeared. Yeah, Sashi is upset. I think the Sashi fans will get her up again.
Oh,
but
it's
it feels
it's
like
gonna be a bloodbath.
It felt like she was defeated. She felt like this is too low. This is I need to do something.
I just think though that's the problem with her thinking that, and she should know better after being in AKB all these years and participating in Sousenkyo's, is that it's only day 1. I mean, these things never stick, and it's fun to pretend like this is what it really was, but the reality is Sashi's fans are just probably waiting. They're probably just waiting in the wings. They're like, yeah, go ahead, you guys can have your moment, because we have so many thousands of votes to count. It's going to take us 2 weeks to count them all because it's going to be 500,000 votes.
Maybe that's we already saw a few pictures online, like a whole box taxes, and then with a picture of Sashi. But I wonder, maybe they ordered the CD, but they didn't like rent the room they are using to vote, or they rent the room. It's like, we don't have any boxes that fit. We need like a whole storage system, so they rent out first the storage system, file in the all the information, and then they are like, okay. I took a 2 weeks off work. I can do this shift, and this shift. It's like it's good.
I mean, it's gonna get that clinical for her.
No,
honestly,
actually, yeah,
because-
it already is that clinical because I
Right.
saw a video of Riripon fan. He had the box stacked in the machine that was automatically unpacking them, and then all the voting cards were being scanned into a computer. And
I actually,
Yeah,
I
via
actually thought that
SG.
was, yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
go
that
for
was
it.
fake at first, but then
No,
like
it's
I
real.
was reading, I'm like, oh my god, like this Riripon fan is amazing.
Genius.
Yeah.
It figures, of course, she has genius fans because she's a genius. So it's just blew my mind when I saw that. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna have people in shifts counting, just putting those stupid codes
Yeah.
in because
It's all being automated right now. So yeah, it's all automated pretty much.
If it's 500,000, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
And AKB really needs to get on the Oricon like chart system and tell these people, look, can we just do digital sales, please? so we don't waste all these CDs and these poor kids. Just you buy it, you can just press the number and it's scanned. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel bad, but the Sashi fans and the MyUU fans, their battle hasn't even begun yet because I guarantee you between now until Sousenkyo time, they're gonna be sitting there counting votes all day. So. This is actually, I expected this, although I still really am happy with this. Actually, no offense to Sashi fans. I love y'all, and I love Sashi to death, but I'm actually pretty happy with this because of who's number 2. Very happy.
Speaking of which, then, number
Number 2.
Yay, this guy was right. This guy's right.
Oh, I don't hear any sound.
I think we lost Robin.
Oh god.
No sound.
No sound, Robin. Is your mic on?
Okay.
Okay, go for
So-
it. No, goes on. Yeah, go for it.
Is he out? Okay. So here, I'm gonna translate what Robin says. Robin says, number 2, Matsuyama. Thank you, Derek. You were so right. I don't even know what to say. You're amazing. Thank you, Robin. Thank you so much.
Yes, Derek, please tell us about how amazing. Yeah.
Eric, am I back? Yeah, okay. Everything fixed. It says I'm having flashback of that one episode.
That's exactly what Robin said. Yeah, even here when he was with me, he was like, "Yeah, Derek was right."
No. But yeah, it's surprising because of number 1. But yes, he beat Sashi and she beat Mayu, and very humble. That is also appreciated. But yeah, with the number was 34,641 votes. So that's 2,000 more than Sashi and 5,000 more than Mayu. So it's a pretty big jump, and I would love it. I would love it to see that if that would end up, being the number 1. But interesting, yeah.
Let's just go, yeah. Go for it, Derek.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say real quick. I think 2 things here with Matsui though. Number 1, I think a lot of this to do with her birthday. I think the birthday time. I think fans gave her a nice little push there, in my opinion. And 2, I honestly feel that Matsuyama's fans are kind of also waiting in the wings. I think like a lot of people don't think she's gonna do this. That she can't hold on. I actually really have a lot of faith in her. And the sad part is during this whole elections because everyone was wondering who the heck number 1 was. It got overlooked that Drina beat Sashi and Mayu in a prelim. That's huge.
Yeah.
Huge. And then everybody just kind of overlooked it. Even Drina did, because Drina was like, Dade, like she was like, who beat me? And you gotta think this girl was thinking, what do I have to do to be number 1? God help me.
Yeah. It's like, when you play the arcade game and then suddenly you're like, a new challenger approaching. It's like, what the heck? I'm just playing here. Who are you? Why are you here? Leave. I got this whole plan worked out. I'm not ready for you. I do think she'll eventually get better. And thing is, they made also a few announcements. First of all, in September, and hopefully I'm going to Japan in September. The appreciation concert from last year will be there again.
Awesome.
So that's great. I want to see that concert live. I don't know what date it is. I'm trying desperately to know what date it is, so we can plan the vacation going to Japan. And the other thing announcement, and I still need to look at it, but every member this year has like a if I get ranked in or if I get this position, this is what I will do. And we knew a few one like Nozo Arena wants to do a stand-up comedian in LA.
Yes.
You lucky guy. Um, Okada Nana is going to wear extensions because people want to see her with long hair. It's like, okay, sure. But I want to see the rest of the members, so I need to still look in that. But yeah, not translated, so it's pretty hard to find out. It's on the official site as well. Um, yeah. But yeah, here we go then. So I watched also the NGT show, and you know this girl has had a lot of battle. Last year we saw it in the documentary. You know she was in the preliminary, she was surprised, and then didn't rank in, and she was destroyed. And then we have to see this. She got very excited. Hear my name. Oh, a lot of NGT members. Yay, yay! And then it's like, where's my name? Why don't I hear my name? And you see her just, hope has been crushed in dreaming like this. And she's just tired. She's like, I haven't been ranked in again. This sucks. And then you hear this at first place, NGT48. She's like, what? And then it's like Ogina Yuka. And it's like, she got, I don't know. Yeah, Ogino Yuka just was insane. Just she's like bowing and bowing, just couldn't believe it. Get up, tears everywhere, and then she fall again. Everyone talking about trying to let her stand up. She couldn't even stand. And then we see the vote count. You see like Yui going like, "What?" Mogi, open eyes, and then the beautiful picture of all. Thank you, Josh Buck, for doing that as a thumbnail as well. You kidding? What the hell? It's like that face, like. With a vote count of 55,061 votes.
And if you take a look at the numbers from last year, that pretty much is a guaranteed Senbatsu spot if you go by on the last year votes. So yeah, what? Just what?
Okay, so a couple of things. I think a couple of votes from Ukraine's fans have gone to her
Yep.
because of the NGT connection. I still don't know what the NGT fans are. Um, Maybe they are, in the up to those mountains. They are very rich, or they have like a whole stacking, and they didn't have anything because their town is very quiet. So like, I have finding a reason to spend my money. Bam.
Rice money, man.
Yeah, all that very rice money. Maybe that's the thing. The rice company, or even the mayor, is like saying, "Hey, didn't you tell me that? Do you know that is like the mayor of the town is like because of business, it would be better."
That was just a joke.
Well, yeah, maybe. Who knows?
A promotional push.
Yeah.
From Nigata. They're like, yeah, let's just do this.
Yeah, we have a new tax law. Everybody needs to buy a CD.
That's good. That's good.
Maybe there's a couple of reasons, but I'm very surprised with it. And she was as well. She did a showroom after that, and I was expecting no tears, and that came up later. But first, it's like showroom starting. The first thing she does, she's like, "Eh, what the hell?" It's like this girl is crazy. I love it.
I know when I saw her name at first, I was thinking like, did they mistake? Did they put Kita Rie at the wrong place? Right? She got number one, right? It's Ria-chan. Like they were gonna announce her, and then I realized they already announced Ria-chan at like 92, and I'm thinking,
Kato
this
Minami.
can't be right. Yeah, I was thinking, okay, maybe Katamina maybe finally gets her comeuppance, and she so deserves. And no, you got now. And at first I was like, who? But then I remembered, I'm like, oh, and then some immediately somebody messaged me a person who was like, because they told me about I should keep an eye on Okiyuka. They're like, yeah, look, remember, make sure you watch Okiyuka. She's gonna do great. And I was thinking, oh, that's cool. I'm glad you like her. As soon as he's like, see. But it's good. Like, you know what? This is why I love Sousenkyo, because we could have. What if she stacks? Wouldn't that
Mm.
be? That would be the unexpected miracle of miracles. Of course, I'd feel bad for Matsui. I swear she's gonna jump off, a bridge if that happens because she sticks to number one. But I would say like it would be very interesting to see fresh blood like Ogino do it. NGT's had a great year. I mean, Request Tower, hello. Also, they've just been killing it overall, minus their single debut, which we've all discussed. Wasn't that great? Although the coupling songs were good. is a great moment. Although at the same time, it does bring up a conversation point we should maybe just quickly discuss, which is, wasn't there a little bit of talk about this being something amidst with the vote counts?
Yeah, before we get into that, there are people already jumping on the bandwagon. And speaking of which, Yeho is already jumping on the bandwagon, meeting her today, and she came up very close on the picture. I think, she's well known for her handshake and her two shots, as she's very into the fans and very, coming close and appealing. That helps a lot. Don't underestimate those handshake events. They can decide everything. But yeah. Um, there's been a file. Actually, there's an investigation during AKS, and all the lawyer system is like very professional. Is the vote count legit? And so far, they are all saying everything is working fine. Everything is legit. This is how the vote count actually end up. There's no duplicates, no fake numbers, not anything. So this is legit. She made number one spot with that much of a jump. This even blows out, when we saw Tani Marika surprisingly rank 2 years back. But this one is insane. So there's 20,000 more votes than Matsuyu Jurina, than Sashi Haradino, than Watame Mayu. That's crazy.
The thing that this brings up though for me as far as vote counts go is like if we look at like very rich fans, for example, let's say Okina Yuka has a fan who gave her 30,000 of those votes. So in reality, she didn't do that great. She just had one fan vote a lot for her. I think I've heard the argument that people say, well, that doesn't make the Sousenkyo fair. That just means some girl has a very rich fan. It gives none of the other girls an equal chance that don't have rich fans. That's one way of looking at it. But I also think this is the whole point of Sousenkyo. If you have a fan that you have inspired so much to give as much as they can, and rich people can give more.
Yeah.
Admittedly. I don't think that's bad either.
No, that is good for business.
It's great for business. I want AKB to succeed, and the more money that goes into AKB through this, and this is a fun way to put money into AKB.
Yeah.
Any way you look at it, it's fun. The more money you put in, that means AKB lives longer, it gets to be bigger, and so on. And you never know. You might just get a girl you never heard of, or is mildly popular, be number one. Case in point, prelims, day one.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And so whether it's one rich fan that got her there, which I've heard some talk, that's exactly what happened here, or it's legit 55,000 votes from insane NGT fans that God bless you for being ridiculously loyal to Nagata. I think it's great. The more I thought about it, I'm like, I'm really happy Okika got this, and actually I hope well, at least I hope she gets Senbatsu. It would be really tragic if she didn't because of the fact that her fans put her at number one, and then she doesn't make Senbatsu because the vote counts are ridiculous this year. But I really got to be honest. Let's be honest. It's not going to stick. I mean, unless her fans pull another miracle, or if she has that rich fan, he really makes sure, or she makes sure that she'll be number one. But that's the beauty of Sousenkyo, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's so unpredictable again, and I love it. I just love it.
if this guy here was an oil tycoon, Tani Mariko would be number one every year. This would be Tani Mariko's show. No one would even try to go for first. They would try to go for second because they would just know it's impossible because Tani has me. So I think in that sense, it's just really fun to do this. And whether it's rich people battling it out for their members or us poorer folk who just want to just push a member up one spot. Thank you, Tani. Thank you later. I'm just saying, this is the beauty of Sousenkyo is Okino Yuko ranking number one. We should all be happy about that. Even though it's a shock, even though it's crazy, even though there's a lot of members I didn't see rank that I really wanted to rank in, like Reina and Tano-chan and so on. I think we still got, a week and a half, 2 weeks. And
13 days.
13 days.
yeah, and all the Sashi Mayu fans have rented out the warehouses, filed it with people. They're going to be counting votes, but you never know. Okino Yuka might have a fan that's doing the exact same thing with all of his friends and stuff. And then there's us that might be trying to push people like Mahoho into Senbatsu. The beauty of Sousenkyo is exactly what happened with this. And I think that's something we all should take away from this first day. I mean, who would have thought NGT, not one, but 3 unknowns, get into the Kami 7?
Yeah, so if you were to say that before the whole Sousenkyo started, I would have.
We didn't even mention it. No one was on our list like that. Hmm.
I love being surprised, and that's if the Sousenkyo can keep surprising us, then it gets more interesting every year. I know Akipi's probably happy. He probably was sitting in his like golden throne tower high castle.
Yeah, it's like. All right. Yeah, so we just have to wait for 13 days. I think we had a nice little talk about the prelims. Um, yeah, so recommendations for next week.
Oh man. Regular time.
Us at AnimeCon this Friday.
That's right.
Yeah,
Hey,
pop, pop, there we go. World Forum, The Hague, Netherlands. June 9th till 11th, we'll be there. We'll have a 2-day panel about Idol Talk, of 48 to talk, and then J-Horror Talk as well with Derek. So if you're in the Netherlands and you want tickets, there are still tickets available. Just come meet us, say hi, and we'll just have a grand old time that whole weekend.
Yep.
It's gonna be very special. Well, that's a recommendation. Okay. I won't say there's a lot next week. I think the usual stuff. There's going to be for this show will be have a Sashihara special, so it's going to be Sashihara show.
Oh yeah.
Like the girl needs it, but okay.
True.
Now
Um,
with Ogino in front of her, she needs it.
ha.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And Trina too. So
I would say the biggest thing always to check out is showroom because the girls pretty much have a lot of freedom in that, and they always get crazy.
Wars, and we were into the Sousenkyo Wars full on. So yeah, check out showroom. Check out showroom.
And with that, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I would say, follow us on Twitter as well. Go to derekvasconi.com, or stroopwafelsandsushi.com.
Or if you wish to contact
yeah,
me,
you know,
or if you wish to contact me, DX, I'm either hanging out on
yay.
Twitter or I'm on Discord in the No AKB No Life Discord app, and I will link it there. I'm hanging out there sometime. I'm hanging out there, so if you wish to talk to me, you can always contact me on there as well.
Hmm.
So,
Oh, and yeah, if next week I'll be in the Netherlands with all you three lovely folk. If anyone that watches the show happens to be there or can make it, please come talk to me about Tiny Marca. I would be so happy. Let's just have fun. My first time in Europe, so I'm very excited to be there with the people I really love and respect in the AKB community. We're gonna have a blast. So
oh
definitely.
It's gonna be one hell of a party. And yeah, if you want to send an email to podcast48talk@gmail.com, I should check that one more often, but who knows? Maybe there's a mail like 5 weeks ago. It's like, why doesn't he answer? It's like, sorry, I forgot. But still, you can still send an email, and I'll check it after the show actually. So yeah, with pretty much that. Thank you for watching this week's episode of 48 Talk. Next week's going to be then different, of course, because that will be uploaded from the Anime Con special, and after that will be Sousenkyo. So we'll see you next time then. Thank you for watching. Bye bye, everybody. Boop and boop. No Yeo this time, so no shadows. Ah.
He messes it up anyway, so it's
yeah.